My final note is on Latin, actually, which is still used in academic English occasionally, and the thing about deictics. So I mentioned deictics are just pointers, it's a finger. For the tables and things below, okay, a few examples will be given below. This is normal. Later in your text, okay, and we saw above, okay, so it's above and below. Those are your pronouns for pointing in the text. Sometimes you can see supra and infra. Okay, supra for above and infra for below. That's Latin. It's doing the same thing. There's no real reason to have the Latin there. Okay, and then the point here that I made, do not use below for the table. As you can see here in table 2, don't say below, don't say above. Okay, and here's some of the Latin you come up against. CF, very common. I like CF, I use that. It means confere. It means check with, compare with. Oh, there's something similar over there. Not the same thing, but something similar you might want to look at. Ibid is ibedum in the same place. So if I'm citing a work once with a full citation, and I don't want to do it again, I'd say ibid page 26, or just ibid if it's on the same page. All right. E.g., if you give me an example, F or FF are folios and seek falling on. These for publications that don't have page numbers. Folios are the actual pages, but you have the same thing in Spanish. Viz is for vide licet, namely. He was accused of the crime. Viz, stalking, namely. And then the one that you might have occasion to use with some justification is this sic, which is Latin for thus. That's the whole word. You don't have a full stop there because it's not an abbreviation. It can be used with italics or without because it's been brought across into English, and it's usually used in brackets. So the document calls for a 3.2 kilometers highway. We think this is a mistake because that's a very short highway if you think about it. And so to indicate the possible mistake, we've just put in brackets sic. Really, thus, that's what they really said. It may be wrong, but that's what they said. Okay. So much for the little bits of Latin that we find in our academic English.